Okay lads, welcome to Gangster Chef Aspen. For this week we're pretty blind drunk. My cameraman is nearly staggering, so if he's a bit wobbly today it's just because he's had too many Woodstocks. But he won't drink JD, but I've been on the JD and I'm pretty sweet. So tonight we're going to do a pocket filled chicken breast with seeded mustard sauce and sweet potato. So what we're going to do first is grab a sweet potato and just poke some holes in it, and then we're going to just put that straight in the microwave for about 8 minutes, and that will cook, and we'll just mash that at the end. So it's cooking away now. We've got a fry pan and we're going to put a little bit of oil in it, and we're going to make the filling for our chicken breast. So the chicken breast is going to have a slit and it's going to be sliced. So we've got some garlic that we're going to put in there, and we've got some sun-dried tomatoes. So we just put a bit of it oil in there too, because we're going to just cook this off and then drain it and put it in our nice filling. So we just cut up the tomatoes. Now it's got to go through a piping tube, so you have to chop your tomatoes up pretty fine. Just pause it down for a bit. And I'll just give me chopping board a quick wash. Okay. Now we've got the cheese. It's nice and soft, and we're just letting it put out on the bench for a bit. We're just going to get that off my fingers. Now I'm going to wash my hands again because I touched it. But we're just going to get some herbs and cut them up. Some herbs. We got some basil from the garden, some parsley, some rosemary, and some thyme, and we're just going to cut all that up roughly, not too much, just so, because we want it to be nice and flavoursome. If it goes too chopped up, it'll just all blend together and you won't get different tastes for your mouth. So we're going to put that into, we've got some creamy Philadelphia cheese, but we got light one, so we're just going to put that herbs in with that, just as much as you want. Like, now we've already got garlic in the bacon with the sun-dried tomatoes, and they're being cooked off, so we're going to drop those in now. Just as much as you want. I made a bit extra because I'll make some more tomorrow for me mates to try. So we get a spoon now and we mix that up. We're going to get the egg yolk, take out the egg white, put that in your mix, and we've got a handful of breadcrumbs, what we're going to put in, and then we're just going to mix that up. Press pause. Okay, now that's all mixed up and we've got a nice pie. We're going to put that to the side for a second. And in the fridge we've got 2 chicken breasts. So these are nice and big from Coles. And we're just going to chop the thing away. And we've got a little knife. What we're going to get the side of the chicken. Then there's a flat side and put that on the ground. And then we're going to get our knife. And we're going to, from the very top, we're going to put a slit in the chicken as far as the knife can go, but you got to keep it in the middle so it can't be too thick. And then we're just going to slice around and bring the knife up without cutting through the chicken so that we have a nice little pocket in there so our piping bag can go in there. So again, we've got a little bit of white on there, so we'll just cut that off. Then I'll just stick the knife in to the chicken and down and then cut it up. So there's no holes. Oh, I've got a little bit of a hole there, but that won't matter too much. But this one's the better one, so we'll use it for today's cooking. And Trolley Boy, the cameraman, can have this one because it's not as perfecto as what I'd use. Okay, now we're going to check the sweet potato. She's feeling pretty soft, so that's good enough for me. And we're just going to sit it there, let it cool. Now we've got a piping bag that you can get from, I think maybe Coles and that, but they're just a little with a nozzle. And we're going to get that mixture and put it into our piping bag. Now it is all in our piping bag. We just twist that around, pull it down. See, it's starting to squirt out the bottom. So we get our chicken with the hole and we just place it in the hole as far as you can get it down, and we just squeeze that beautiful cheese mix in there. Now if you start struggling a bit, put it on the thing and just squeeze it till she comes out. But I think, see, I had a bit of basil, it was 2. Stick it back in there and there she goes. And that's filling up. The sauce. So we got the fry pan on again, and we're doing a seeded and cream mustard sauce with honey. So we've got some honey. My honey is frozen because Mum kept it in the fridge. So we put a little bit, tiny bit of honey in there. And now we're going to put some seeded mustard seeds, just a pretty big teaspoon, about 2 teaspoons. And then we're just going to pour cream in on top of that. We've got to save a little bit of cream for our later on when we make our potatoes, so we're just going to stir that in. Okay, now we've put all that in, we just stirred it. Come here. And we see it's got seeds all through. We're just going to leave it on there now. Bring to the boil, then turn it down to a simmer and let it reduce down to it's nice and thickened. So then we're going to go over now and do the sweet mashed potato. Now we're just going to get the sweet potato. It's nice and soft now. It's still nice and hot and warm. We're just going to peel all the skin just by ripping it off the sweet potato. Okay, now we just peeled that. We're going to pour a little bit of cream on it and a lot of salt. I'm going to put a fair bit on. And then we're just going to mash it up. You could even cook the sweet potato off in the oven, how we did it, if you wanted it like a roast sweet potato. Okay, now it's reduced down, it's lovely, beautiful, thick, and we're just going to put that on the side while we get all the rest of it. Okay, now we're going to get an avocado. We're just going to cut it in half, slice around. And we got the avocado half. Then we're going to cut in halves again. And then into quarters. Okay, now we just peel the skin off. We're just going to round our knife down and make some little slits on the avocado. Then we're going to get our mashed potato and put a blob in the middle. A blob in the middle, or just off center. We want them a little bit off the center of the middle. I get more than Charlie Boy because I'm bigger. So we're going to grab our chicken now. Just put that avocado to the side. Grab our chicken. What's beautifully cooked off now. And we're just going to take the little toothpicks out. And now our chicken breast is absolutely beautiful. So where it's not an actual chicken breast and it's a bit flat, we just cut straight through diagonally. And you can see in the middle we have more beautiful juices and the chicken's nice. So we just put those off center, stack them up. Then we get our sauce and we just pour a bit of that on top. Just drizzle it over. And then we put a bit of parsley on. And that's a nice dinner for two. We'll finish the rest when you aren't here. So we got a bit in trouble last week for Gangster Chef Aspen off me mum when she worked out what we're actually doing. So the specials are only going to be once in a while because we have to wait for her to go away for a holiday or something nowadays. So we'll be back next week with maybe a dessert or something. Thank you. Sorry ladies and gentlemen, we forgot the avocado. So it's on there now, sitting on top with the sauce over the top, and that's it. I grabbed the 40, rip off the skirt, guzzle it, grab the mic and come